Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages, welcome to game number 2 of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. My name is Jorasar, and we are about to hop back onto Biribar for the second time of 3 today. And let's take a look now at what the playing path holds for our 17 teams. Very northern here, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock to begin with. Things looking all right so far, with the exception of Heroic and After All basically both dropping in the top left. Aiden going down straight away. What is happening there? We've got Hibako and Dies to the west of Heroic as well. I can see this getting a little bit messier now. Very interesting indeed. Ghetto Gang are in El Pozo, so Heroic can't just quietly move off to El Pozo either. They have to think about how they're going to be moving there. We have Minas Generalis and Graveyard phase 1 here in game number 2. Picardo has been taken by Sakura Zensen. Virtus.pro have Power Grid. Enterprise San Martin and SKADE have got Hacienda. Yo, what now? What's happening here? Goose Yara manages to get Jack up, but they're nowhere near anyone else. I guess the toxic players had a La Bandita split, and Goose Yara must have... Was he going for a vehicle? Did he drop late? What happened here? No, he's got a vehicle over there if he wants one. I'm not sure. He must have just dropped split. That's all I can think of, really. The rest of After Ult now. I think leaving Heroic alone. Oh, wow, that's mean. That is mean. Page going for the tires on Klim as well. Klim managing to get some tires in response. I mean, that's what you get, really, isn't it? Oh, and he's getting crashed. He's getting crashed. T-Bone goes down to Klim. Klim down to about 20 health. Frag grenade upstairs. Won't need it. Beamy gets the knock. T-Bone should be able to get revived. And After Ult now go down to 2. It's only Hibako and Dies. Are they pushing in? I mean, they're thinking about it. I think they're cutting engines and seeing if they can get a snipe down rather than crashing in. This is going to be very interesting indeed. I've got myself a cup of coffee now, by the way. I am ready to go. Heroic, though, have moved. They're not waiting for the rest of After All to catch up. They're not interested. And who can blame them? Who can blame them? Nah, they're completely fine. So everyone else focusing on getting into a circle then. 2 early kills for Heroic. Not by design, perhaps. I feel like they just sort of dropped next to each other and they managed to make the most of the opportunity. So they weren't being BM or anything like that. It's just the way the cookie crumbles in PUBG sometimes. What else have we got moving closer to center? NaVi, undisturbed. Toxic players. Guzyara took out one of them early on, but otherwise undisturbed. A quarter of your team died, but otherwise you're fine. I mean, kind of true though, really, isn't it? Janny has spotted SKADE in Hacienda. Looking for a headshot onto Noik. Let's be honest, this is ADR farming, but it's fun. We all do it. Let me rephrase. We all try to do it. The guys in this game succeed. I don't. Oh, no. Oh, no. Johnny, what? Okay, somehow that worked. Somehow that worked. We've got the Bystanders coming in suspiciously close to empty. Claim he might have spotted activity up ahead and will be thinking about not pushing quite as far. This compound is just fine. This long building is comfortably defensible. and relatively central enough that not going to be complaining too much. Alpaca from Toxic Players is taking a look at Sakura before turning around. And is he leaving the compound? He is. He's leaving, so he's giving it up to them. Wants to team up with the rest of his squad rather than fight for this. I think he could have stayed, but I completely understand why he did this, and I think this is fine as well. In fact, it's probably the sensible, the pragmatic thing to do. Look at that. Look at that. This guy can find a parking spot in any shopping mall. Look at this guy. Oh, I say that and he crashes the car, but it's fine. We good. We good indeed. Oh, Lou is in the top of the mountain position. Won't get to spot very much other than someone else has indeed seen him here. If he gets headshot there, that's just like supremely annoying. You definitely don't want to suffer the knock. Fake is so far away from the rest of his team. He really doesn't want to get into a fight right now, but I think he might. Dante down, Dante out. Question mark are going to be feeling unhappy about that, but it's actually because Fake is scouting for the rest of his team that's coming in from Torre and Campo Militar. It makes sense for him to keep this position until they get here. It does. Uh-oh. 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 We want revenge. 44 hit points. Will Fake be able to keep driving? He's going to have to try. He's found a dip. Question mark. Are they going to pursue? They were angry. Oh, they were very angry. K9. If Fate got that headshot with the K9, that would have been like ultimate angry shot. But Fate manages to get out, although he is now outside of a circle. Gedrox of Ghetto Gang, the only member left of his team, biking it up. Getting peppered by Sakura. Oh, is he going for it? Going for the shack instead? Ah, he's gonna hide out in Picado. So the teams, guys, in general, they don't want to be taking these... Oh, hello. They don't want to be taking these urban centers because later on they're really difficult to go out of. But for now, if you want to be in a position where no one else is, hiding out in the middle of Picado is not the worst thing that Gedrox could do. So I totally get why he just did that. Heroic look like they're being gate kept by a little bit of NamwerMix. It's Finotto and Jam holding them out so far. I reckon they're going to end up swinging south at arm's length rather than go straight into them. They know where the shots came from. Kurexi is taking a look at the warehouse. 8 minutes in with 17 teams alive. Are you really making the decision to crash it? Probably not. Well, I say that. They're all going in that. I don't think they'll crash into the warehouse. It's dangerous if they do. It would be a big, big risk and unnecessary at this stage of the game. If it was like at the 29-minute mark of the game, sure. But not right now. Not unless you know 100% for sure there's one, maximum 2 players in there. In which case, fair enough. And to be fair, they're trying to get a little bit of that intel right now. Wheels on the vehicle's getting knocked out, but no one's taking the bait. No one's coming out. And yes, indeed, there we go. Heroic move further south. A doozy down via Academy of Death here. Where's the rest of question mark? Oh, they're further in. So Academy of Death come in late. And would you look at that? After question mark 3v1 push in on someone earlier on. Now, another one of their members get picked off. Brutal. Faultlessly and Fate, the duo left for QM. Here is the next circle. In between Minas and El Azahar, a 2 o'clock hard shift means... for the vast majority of the teams, it means an early rotate. They were hoping, frankly, for sort of closer to a graveyard, you know, south of this kind of area. Fairly normal, but we're not going to see that today. Absolutely not. SKADE and Virtus.pro are having a very interesting tussle with each other. Perfectix and Spyro both going down here to SKADE. Great shots onto Batulins on the bike. He's essentially one shot at the moment, but not quite able to finish. Jebty's got the kill for SKADE so far. Question mark and After All potentially both looking at the same compound. Fate getting inside, being conservative because there's only two of them. After all, there are actually only two of them here as well. But Question mark managed to take it. NaVi happy where they are before. So a lot of circles finish sort of down south here, which is why so many teams were going that away, but now they're going to have to rotate in. This is not necessarily everything that they're used to, but it's good enough. Only one wheel left on this bike, and at 34 kilometers an hour, it makes it quite easy for other teams to be able to spot a wild get drops. Unfortunately, Melman's on top of that hill. And as a result, with the SKS, the Ghetto Gang are going to get eliminated first. NaVi closest to the center of the circle. Here comes Sakura Zensen up the south side. Are they going to yeet it up the side of Minas? Yeah, they could, you know. They absolutely could. And here we go. Even the buggy having difficulty with that terrain. Sakura Zensen, they've got the low ground, but they've got the south side here all to themselves. I think they're okay, actually, in this position. Batulins and Lou, lost two members of Virtus, but where's Lou? Oh, Lou. Wow, Lou! Lou, that is not the place to be, Lou. Like, this is like... Simba, everything you see will one day be yours. Except it's in the blue, Simba. Get out, Simba. This is not the place to be, Simba. Oh, no. I see smokes. You ever been in a pub game with like some of your friends and you're fighting as a 3 and you have the 4th guy and he's like, I see a guy, and he starts shooting, but you can't hear any shots, and you go, what are you talking about? Where are you? And you look at the map and he's like 3 kilometers away shooting at everyone who's a minimum of a kilometer away. That's Lou right now. Everyone has that friend, right? Okay, admittedly, Lou can hit his shots from a kilometer away and he's an amazing player, but everyone has that friend. You all know what I'm talking about. Melman, maybe looking to get a little bit of the Sakura Zensen pie. He's got the high ground, but he's also got no teammates nearby. Might want to take care to watch out just an itty bitty bit. Nixie has been spotted repeatedly. I don't think he's seen Melman yet. Next circle. Okay, back up towards the road in between Hacienda and El Azahar. Now, the north versus south divide here is really interesting because this area here, this valley is horrible to play. If you have to cross from one side of that to the other, oh my God, it's rough. So it'll be interesting to see where teams make their homes. I think where Fake is and these sort of dips here end up being quite nice. If you can get the rest of your team here as well, for example. This compound, I mean, you can get right up on top of it without anyone noticing. But if you get further down here, you can actually play these ridges. And play around here without too much in the way of trouble. Because you don't tend to see teams exposed out here. So they tend to be more focused this side instead. But we'll see where everyone ends up. It's still quite an open position. It's just taking advantage of the fact that teams don't always post themselves up on the other side. Lou is finally in, although he has to keep going. Is he picking up Batulins? Is that what's happening here? I think it is. Better be quick. Where are we going? I actually don't know where Virtus.pro are going from here. The Misfits, by the way. Dulik is dead. Relatively quiet game for them so far. They're coming in after Sakura Zensen, and they've actually got the north side here. Nixie sharing Minas Generalis with them. Who's fighting on my watch? That is Sakura Zensen. That's Sakura Zensen and Tokyo Manji Gang. They get one. Are they able to get two? Guzyara almost lining up as he drives away, but he will be able to make it escape. Ding coming in behind, and Tekkas must hear those. He does. I don't think they'll be wanting to third party. I suspect they will have heard the fight, but because they were in vehicles themselves, they wouldn't be able to pinpoint it. The tech is there doing just a little bit of reconnaissance, sees that they're close, and goes, guys, we got a problem here. And they're going to make their way out because High Man is down here. He's actually disengaged from the Misfits now. It's only Nixie here holding this spoiler position. Batulins has been picked up by Lou. They're going for a friendly drive down the middle of the map. I say friendly. What I mean is not so friendly. Next zone, about to pop. Toxic players, more or less on top of Enterprise. Free kill. Just downstairs. Spot someone on the left, spot someone on the right. Not clue who to go for. Is that good onto Leosh? I think it's a little bit far. It is a little bit far. Alpaca goes down here. Oh, no. And free kill. Risking another nade there. Goes down to 29 HP. Will have to move. Toxic players now really struggling. Team Misfits eliminated by Sakura Zensen. That's down south. Next zone has donutted, by the way. Sakura Zensen and Ding are going to have to move, and SKADE are going to be coming into the mix as well. These guys need to finish this fight ASAP because they've got quite a ways to go and only 30 seconds left to go until phase 4 starts to shrink. Frigga P69 with the Prime sub. Thank you very much for that sub, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you are enjoying the scrims. Hope you're enjoying watching just as much as I am enjoying casting. Semi-toxic here. I mean, there's only so far you can go, right? NamwerMix and Enterprise both want that kill. I feel bad for Semi-toxic, really. Enterprise should just go. They need to get into circle. Bigger things to prioritize right now. Ding, I think, are looking to move up, knowing that one player has been knocked by from Sakura Zensen. High Man had the option of firing towards them, but it looks like Uber pulled away just in time, possibly because Senya said that there were people down this end and they had to move in. That's actually Tokyo Manji Gang and Dogwater. Gusiara is right next. Wow, right next to Michael. He's got the nearby shack, and those flashbangs will confirm it. And further north, it's the rest of Explodes going up against Heroic. This is actually quite a fun fight. Beamy is part of that bush right now. But he hasn't been spotted yet. And members of Heroic catching glimpses of Vashku, but not enough to get those shots off. Oh, they get a disengage here. I mean, at the end of the day, they're still out of zone. Vashku actually moving further down. Corexy spotted off to the side for Vashku. I think he's going to poke further in, though, if you ask me. Well, never mind. 23 damage, says Vashku knows what he's doing there. Zone now coming in. 25 seconds remaining until it fully closes. Beamy, I think, is just going to bleed out. Unless Heroic somehow squad wipe them this second, it instantly run. Beamy is gone. Don't think that's going to happen either. Beamy hasn't been spotted, by the way. And he's literally in the bush right next to them. Camouflage in this game, vitally important. Academy of Death now eliminating Virtus.pro. We've got NaVi on question mark in just a second and quite a few other fights. It looks like Heroic. Okay, no, they're going north, so that means let's focus on this fight instead. Faultlessly, Molotov inside the shack. Fate going down alongside. NaVi up to 3 kills this game. They've got all 4 alive still. In the north, it looks like Enterprise and either Bystanders or NaVi are going to get into a fight. I don't see a world where Enterprise get into circle here and everybody else goes, la-di-da, you do what you want, mate. Don't worry about us. I feel like they're in the middle of 2 very hungry teams right now. Tokyo Manji Gang on Ding. Ding very split up, actually. Pashkez getting finished off long before Uber can make a tangible difference to this fight. The problem, though, The Tokyo Manji gang is that Explodes are on the other side. No way, really? Heroic rotate north. What happened there? Academy of Death actually finished them off as well. Academy of Death, the chicken dinner winners from game number 1. They've got a decent number of points. They're getting a decent number of kills this time as well. 10 teams and 30 left alive at the 20.5 minute mark. Jazz are doing a really good job of peeking onto Dogwater. Goose Yara knocked. It's a 1v3. Here come the flashbangs. Here come the mollies. That's a great molly. And it's actually Uber from behind taking revenge as the Tokyo Manji gang are eliminated in 9th place. We're now into the placement points, ladies and gentlemen. Jazz has also been spotted. Will Michael be able to get the res off? It looks like he does. Academy of Death up to 7 kills after winning the first chicken dinner. These guys are pretty darn serious at the moment. And Fake actually having 3 of those 7 kills as well. They're up against the Bystanders on the north side. And yes, of course they're both black on the in-game logos. Why not? Why wouldn't they? Lol. Where are we going here? We now have Explodes wrapping around south. SKADE are going to be shortly in the firing line. And Ibby's actually just been taken up by NaVi on the other side of the circle as well. So Ibby was quite far playing the spoiler position. That hasn't worked out for him. The other 3 members of SKADE very close to Explodes. Michael watches that nade. Goes, hang on a second. That might do us some damage. Let's keep away from it. Very sensible. Vashku gets naded by Jempty. This could end up being the catalyst for someone to push. Nowick peeking his head up above the parapet. Flashbang and second Molotov coming their way. It looks like they're going to be pushing on the low ground. A lot of flashbangs here. Pixelic and Jempty. 1 left, 1 right, and that's Explodes eliminated in 7th place. Pixelic will be able to get revived as well. Still 45 seconds left. Academy of Death, though, finally go down at the hands of Bystanders. They've actually got a decent number of kills this game, too. I would not be surprised, but it's not yet a given that they could be top of the leaderboard after 2 games. We'll have to wait and see. Elsewhere, Grendis is in danger of making NaVi mad. And when you make NaVi mad, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Some rather speculative but surprisingly accurate nades. Alia has spotted Grendis as well. Quizzy and Alia work so well together. They're outside of zone. They're not in a favored position at all, but you never count them out. One of those 2 nades does almost 60 damage to Alia, and he's going to be forced to move his position. If he can wrap back around with his teammates, NaVi are still in a position where they can try and gatekeep most of Enterprise here. So this fight definitely isn't over. Once they move, I think it's NaVi in the favorable position. Molly's coming out now as well for some zone control. Dedrick's potentially playing spoiler. Quizzy spotted him. Oh, and he doesn't let him know with the sniper. He's gonna let him know with the grenade. This is so smart, but it's slightly short. It's slightly short. He gets knocked anyway, though. Oh, that was so close. Dedrick's was so quiet. But unfortunately, the eagle eye of Quizzy was just a little bit too much for him there. Now they hunt Grendis and free kill Sakura Zensen. Out in 5th. That gives us our top 4. We have the Bystanders, NaVi, Enterprise, and SKADE. Enterprise and SKADE are duos. NaVi and Bystanders have their quad still alive. Someone's up there. NaVi says to Quizzy, it's like, okay, well, if we want to focus on Enterprise, let's chuck a smoke to make sure no one's third partying. Why not? Oh my god, these guys are so good. Free kill getting Quizzy down to 25, but Quizzy managing to find the headshot in return as well. Now here come the nades. Confirm that these guys are here. Boys, go in is what they're saying. Lots of flashbangs, lots of nades. Here comes Alia. Molly out from Grendis. That was underarm. Grendis now knows someone is out that way. It's Alia. They trade bits of damage. They're essentially one shot. Alia's going to have to make way. Here's Melvin. Beautiful. Will Example be able to mop up? He does. Insta-res required. 20 seconds until phase 7 comes out. Quizzy, unfortunately, is down. NaVi onto 7 kills, but with 3 alive. Enterprise out of the game. Bystanders looking like they could be in pole position to take this one. 5 kills and all 4 left alive. Coming into the final stretch of this game. SKADE with just Pixelic left. Keen to stay alive minimum till 2nd place. If you get an opportunity to grab a kill or 2, he'll take it. Every point counts. But right now, it's the Bystanders looking good. NaVi, though, you never count them out of any situation. So this 3-way fight is very much still a 3-way fight. You can call favorites, but you can't call outcomes. And that's what's fun about PUBG. Although, if you're going to get knocked like that, I get the feeling that if Herky is on fire this much, this could be problematic indeed. Alia going down as well. Only Example left alive. Flamey reasonably close. Looking for him, won't find him. Are we going to see a nade? SKADE eliminated as well off camera. That was to the Mark 14, allowing the Bystanders to finish off NaVi. And with those laser eyes, ladies and gentlemen, they will take home the chicken dinner with 9 kills in game number 2. Very well done to them. In 2nd place, we have NaVi. And in 3rd place, we have SKADE. Congratulations to those teams.